Gilbert! Right attack. I'm on first again. This time I was on first at my last gig, and so I was kind of the warm-up act. And there definitely must have been something wrong with the heating in that place, because by the end of the set, my audience were fucking freezing. Part of the problem I've got when I perform live is I've been told I tend to talk too fast. So essentially, I'm standing talking, so doing stand-up, but no one understands a word I'm saying. That is one reason why maybe no one laughed at my last gig. Could have also been because my set was kind of about people fucking dogs and about cuckold porn. Apparently it doesn't matter how liberal a Brighton crowd are, they don't tend to find that kind of shit funny. But yeah, so I don't talk too fast tonight. I'm going to just try something quickly. I'm going to try talking really, really slowly and see if that makes people laugh a lot more. So bear with me with this one. Got a little gag here. Just going to do it really, really slowly. Bring it right down and see if it's funny. I had that Prophet Mohammed in my cab the other day. He's actually a really nice fellow. It sounded a bit like Emo Phillips there. Anyway, yeah, I'm not a massive fan of ornithology, I've got to tell you. But I have got a slight penchant for weird birds. I like big ducks, and I cannot lie. Megan stammers. Poor girl. Must be terrible having a speech impediment at that age. She's got enough to worry about with that Nazi teacher. That's the jokes. That's it. There's no more jokes now. I was incredibly shocked and surprised to find that the creepy weirdo, Jimmy Savile, the guy who liked to spend all his time with kids, was actually a paedophile. It's not funny because it seriously brought back some really, really bad personal memories for me. Because when I was a young boy, I was actually invited along to be on a programme with Jimmy Savile. Wasn't Jim Fix It, which is a bit of a shame really, because my childhood dream was to be abused by a man who looks like a kind of a rotting clown. But anyway, yeah. So I went along to the BBC. Didn't actually get to film the programme. I seemed to spend most of my day in the dressing room with Mr. Savile. Now, I don't know if I got overexcited at meeting him, or it was all the whiskey that he gave me, but I passed out. And I've got a very vivid memory of kind of coming to, and he was kind of crouched over me, hunched over me, saying to me, "How many fingers have I got up?" And I can remember saying to him, "Is it 3?" Which is quite a good guess, because I was 9 years old. I'd never had a finger in my bottom before, let alone 3. It's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. This is my toned down set, you know. It's like I'm not doing the dog fucking. Unless well, I might get to the dog fucking. Has anyone got a dog? No. No. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, it's nice to be performing here at the Hairy Mound, which is what people on this table, myself, call it, through the medium of rhyming slang, Hare and Hound, Hairy Mound. But it got me thinking, what happened to female pubic hair? No, it's true, because once upon a time, women seem to have it. Nowadays, it's actually very rare to see a pussy with pubic hair. And when I was first exploring sex in the mid-90s, and first therefore exploring the female form, you were never quite sure what you'd get when you took off a girl's pants. Well, obviously you expect a vagina, hopefully, you know, it's like, but anyway, yeah. And you know, I don't mind a bit of pubic hair on a girl. It can be quite fun, you know. My girlfriend's a natural blonde, which is pretty cool. And sometimes I get her to grow maybe a little strip, or it kind of looks like a little tuft. But sometimes I do look down and see myself going in and out. And it does look a bit like I'm face fucking Tintin. That's if Tintin had a face like a vagina. But I digress. Point is, in the any point really in the 90s, you could pull off a girl's pants and, as I say, have a variety of styles. But sometimes, and I don't mind natural, but you'd pull off a girl's pants and you'd think, oh, for fuck's sake, what are you, half fucking gorilla or something? It was kind of like this big mass of hair billowing out like some kind of angry spider. Or it's like a Liverpudlian's hair from the 1980s. I can't say I'd ever particularly wondered what it was like to see perm era Kevin Keegan go down on a girl, but that's what it was like sometimes. It was like, you take off her pants and you think, oh fuck me, Kevin Keegan's got in there before me. A common complaint in the 90s in women's magazines were guys can't find the clitoris. But on some women, you'd have had trouble finding 10 illegal immigrants stowed away in there, let alone the clitoris. I have had, God, people just don't like this kind of shit. But I'll do dog fucking if you want, but you're going to have to laugh a lot more because it will go dog fucking way, I'll tell you now. I've had a number of sexual adventures in my life, which is probably hard to believe looking at me, but one of those was in the past with an ex-girlfriend of mine. We were looking for people to have threesomes with. And we went on an adult website, and one particular occasion we were chatting to this woman, and she seemed quite interested in coming down and joining us. Now, from the one picture on her profile, she looked quite alluring. It was quite an arty shot. I think it was black and white, and it was her really from, I would say, about here upwards. Cracking breasts, by the way. But the problem was, it was one picture. Now, I don't know if anyone here is on an adult dating site. You're not going to say if you are, but if you are thinking of meeting, you are. Well, in that case, if you are thinking of meeting someone from that site, get a second picture. Seriously, because when this particular lady turned up for a night of pleasure with me and my girlfriend, I remember my girlfriend at the time went up the stairs, let her in, came back into the room I was in, and she just did this. Now I instantly thought, well, that's not good, is it? And then said lady, third lady in this case, walked on in, and my first thought was, fuck me, can we get her under the Trade Descriptions Act? Because she was big, and I mean really big, not just her tits either. And I can really sum up this experience best with this little anecdote. There was a point in the evening while I was laying down, my girlfriend at the time was riding me, and the other lady was sitting over my face. And I remember thinking at the time, well, I should be enjoying this, I should be loving this. But as those giant buttocks descended over me and started squashing my head, all I could think was just live, just breathe, just get through this. How long have I got? Another couple of minutes? Okay, alright. Oh dear, well here it goes then. It's been kind of requested. But anyone here aware of cuckold porn? Cuckold porn? I'll condense it, but essentially it is basically husbands who get off on filming their wives fucking normally another man. But there is a type of cuckold porn out there that doesn't involve another man. It involves their pet dog. Now I've not seen this, but that guy there, the one who's making the documentary, he's told me all about it. Basically, it tends to be done doggy style, surprisingly. And in some examples, the dog's got their front paws covered in bandages and stuff like that, and you just know that's happened through trial and error. Surely at that point, when they tried it the first time, maybe without the video, and it was scratching the wife to fuck, you think, shouldn't really be doing this. Not, how can we get over that problem? Anyway, I always thought that in the standard cuckold porn, getting a work colleague or whatever to fuck your wife, it must be quite, that's what it is, it must be quite difficult to have that water cooler moment at work the next day. Kind of like, have a good night last night? Yeah, fucking your wife, you were videoing. But how awkward would it be when you've involved Fido, and the husband's taking Fido out for a walk, and as all dogs do, they run off, and a lot of the time they don't come back when you call them. So how awkward would it be when Fido finally comes back, and the husband says to him, why didn't you come? Why didn't you come? I was calling you. And he looks up at the husband, and that look in his eye said, oh, I came all right last night.